Woody is 14 and in 8th grade.
Get out, Woody.
And he's just a youngster. You can be on a high school team when you are in 7th grade. You're eligible for high school interscholastic polo from the grades of 7 through 12. And if you're in 7th and 8th grade, you can actually double dip. And by that I mean you can play in the middle school tournament and play on a high school team. Lots of polo available for you when you're in 7th and 8th grade. And in the blue team, Michael, number 2, is a 17, and he's also a senior. Number 3 is PJ, and he is a sophomore. And number 1 is Justo, and he's a junior, and he's 16. So we are waiting for one umpire horse. Wow. I didn't push a darn thing, so it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Again, the scoreboard by the flagpole in the northwest corner is not working, so we have an alternative scoreboard here in the southwest corner. Unfortunately, our bleacher folks cannot see it, so I'll try to read out the score as often as I can. And currently the score is South Bay 3, Yale 1. And we're playing 6.5-minute checkers. The first horn will go off at 6 minutes, and the second horn will go off at 6:30.
We'll move the scoreboard for whoever that is. We'll move it.
Who wants it moved? Okay. I don't know where you're going to put it. Good luck. Billy and I can see it just fine.
Well, then that's it.
Okay. Some college aspirations of the Yale team. Michael is accepted and is going to University of Connecticut next year. Pretty cool. PJ is looking at UVA. And Justo did not give me a college of his choice.
What's the matter for you?
So maybe he'd like to go to UC Davis. But one thing he does like to do is he likes to listen to music and run. He didn't say if it was simultaneous, but maybe it is. And on the South Bay team, Jens is looking at Cal Poly and Cornell. And after this morning's talk, I put down UC Davis. Matthew is looking at Cornell. And Woody is looking at UVA. 8th grade's kind of young to be looking at colleges, but that's okay. Okay, still waiting on one umpire horse.
There you go, Bradley. There's your plug. Robert, do you ever stop talking?
We would play music for you for this interlude, but the three of us up here are old and illiterate, and we don't know how to make this work. So if any youngster wants to figure it out, go for it. We can play music. The Yale team is right now walking in a carousel. They're looking for the brass ring. You get a second ride if you get the brass ring at the carousel.
Mr. Biddle.
Yes.
Ruben's on the phone over there. They don't have a third horse, a second horse?
I'm asking the same question.
There's 3 horses over there. There's a brown one, a red one, and a white one. We got off the red one.
Far is it? I don't even know which trailer it is. Far
This
one?
trailer is next to the flagpole. So that doesn't look good. There's no tap on the white horse and he's on the phone.
Emily was just over there trying to figure something out. Curious if she knows anymore.
Ruben, do we not have a third horse?
Now he's walking away from me. Robert, do you want to ask him what's going on? He's in the pink shirt over there walking to the truck. He has 80 horses, and they brought 3.
Story, Mike.
Okay, while we're waiting to find out what the umpire horse situation is, a little bit of information on these players. For South Bay, Jens, being from Belgium, his family, they own racing pigeons in Belgium. That's quite the unusual sport. We're going to keep the horses out of walk so they stay cool, calm, and collected. And I know Matthew is into fish. He's into tropical fish. So we have one person into pigeons, and Matthew, number 1 in the white, is into fish. And Woody likes horses. So that's their animal endeavors on that team. And for the Yale team in the blue, Justo likes to play soccer and runs track and field.
Don't worry, there's no shade here.
Michael plays tennis and likes to do photography. Yay, we'll take any horse off of any trailer. And PJ also likes to run track and field and plays football. So,
Robert, that's a good positive.
looks like we're getting a umpire horse from a different string.
Well, okay, fair enough.
These horses out in the arena are definitely getting their 10,000 steps in just walking around.
I don't know if you start without him warming up, the horse might fuck him off. And you're back to square one. Close.
So we'll let the umpire warm up his pretty little Appaloosa for a moment. Make sure we're okay. Very pretty little horse. And we'll get this game going into the second chukker again. South Bay is in the lead 3-1 to Yale. Ball went in, came off to the middle pair. First person tried to dig it out there was Matthew, who doesn't quite get it, but Jens is there. Jens is going to try to take it around, and we have a whistle on the play. So we have a whistle here. It looks like it's going to be a spot hit for the Yale team. Remember, for South Bay, we've changed directions. South Bay is now going east. Jens hit the little ball to himself. He's ridden there by Justo. Justo intimidates him enough to take it away from him. Justo turns and picks it up. He taps it down to the corner. Jens is there first. Jens is going for the ride-off, and then he takes and turns it, but he doesn't quite get it, so that leaves the ball for Justo. Bounces off of Jens's horse. Jens takes advantage of it, taps it down for himself. Hooked out of there by Justo. Nice back shot by PJ, but no one's there. So the first person to get there is Woody. And Woody gets a tiny little near side back, enough to keep PJ out of the play. Jens taps it down. Whoops. We've got Justo, Jens tapping it down towards Matthew, but the ball bounces off the wall enough to give PJ a back shot. But the first one's there is Jens. He backs it into Justo's horse. Justo gets advantage of the bounce off of there. Oh, we have a little back shot. And just goes wide of the goal. Jens takes that rebound and is taking it around the corner by himself, trying to keep control of it. It's bouncing into his horse's legs. He loses it and rotates it around while Justo's there trying to turn it his way towards goal. It's going to goal, it's going to goal, and Jens clears it out of there. PJ gets a little hook and then tries to back it, but doesn't get the back shot. Jens tries to get a big shot down, doesn't get it. Matthew tries, Woody, but he gets hooked out of there. Matthew's the first one there. He turns it with a near whoopsie-doo. And we have a foul.
Way to go, Yale!
Okay, that turn and a forward shot just wasn't quick enough. Yale came and dropped on that quickly, and that's going to give them a penalty shot. This will be a penalty for defended goal, 25 yards. Jens is going to be in the goal mouth to defend it. One shot for the hitter. PJ hits a big one right into the goal, and that went right over Jens's head, and that is a two-pointer. 2 point because it was a clean shot. So we are now at a tied ball game, 3-3. Ball went in, bounced off the third pair. Jens can't get it, but Woody comes through, tries to get it. He's hooked out of there by Joseph. Joseph's going to take his time, turn it around. Nobody's on him. He's all alone, or Justo rather. Justo's going to come down the side here. He switches over to the near, doesn't get the shot. He cuts in front, try to pick up his own shot again, and we have a foul.
Tell him to get off. Tell him to get off. Get off. Get off.
Take her around, Woods. Take her around.
Yeah, I say pull that horse. Pull the horse. We're pulling that horse. We're switching that horse, Bonnie.
Okay, so again, the factor here in the game of polo is safety for horse and rider, and if the player is not comfortable on the horse and the horse is a little bit too difficult for the day, then we bring in the spare horse and let the riders change. And this is the case we're going to do. We want them to have a good game, a comfortable game, and feel safe while riding. And so umpires deem that the player needs to switch horses. And that keeps our game safe for the riders so they can enjoy the sport and play some polo. So we'll have some horse change. And it just happens. Every horse is just like a human. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed sometimes. And what horse might be a great horse one day might be in a bad mood the next. We'll do a quick horse chop and get back in our game.
Did that horse freeze it in? I mean, is he trying to get it pulled again? Talking to the girl.
Okay. So we're going to do another horse change. And what happens is there's also a flip so that we can keep the horses even. The teams have to do a flip for the spare, and sometimes the spare ends up going to the other team. That's why you see players changing horses from the other team. It's just the rules of the Interscholastic Intercollegiate Polo, and it's to try to keep the horse strings as even as possible for the players while they're playing in these competitive games. For those of you new to this, what a split string is, each team has selected a horse provider of their choice, but they only get those horses for 2 checkers. The other team gets to play those horses for 2 checkers also to keep the game even. So you might be really excited to play some horses for a couple checkers, but you only get to sit on them for 2 checkers, and they go to the other team for the other 2 checkers, and vice versa with the other team's horses. We also have players are allowed to carry whips, and that's up to the horse provider to decide, can that horse carry a whip? And it's up to the horse provider to decide, can the players use spurs? If the horse was deemed no spurs, no whip, then the player's going to be out here with no spurs, no whip. If the horse was deemed that it could be with a whip, then the players are allowed to use a whip on it. If they say that the horse can have whip and spurs, then they will come out with whip and spurs. And if you notice, most of the players out here are without spurs, so that's saying the horse providers are requesting that their horses are ridden with no spurs. It's all about the horsemanship. Can you get your horse to go if you don't have spurs? And ask it to do what you want. But a player on the white team cannot, if they play a horse with no spurs, then they can't play that. The other team cannot play that horse with spurs, the same horse. And that's all decided before the game starts. Okay, we have 3 blues on horses, 3 whites on horses. That means we might be able to start the game back up. We are 4 minutes and 20 seconds into this second checker. The score is tied 3-3 after that 2-point penalty 4 that was made by PJ. And again, it was 2 points because it hit the wall without touching a horse, a human, or a mallet. And that's deemed 2 points. So we have a big hit down there by Jens going long towards the South Bay goal. First person there is PJ. He does miss the back shot, but we have Matthew trying to take it into the corner. He's being ridden very hard by Michael, and that allows PJ to come in and try to steal it out of the corner. He doesn't quite get the shot he wants, but Michael's there to hit it up to PJ. Little back shot there by Woody, but it goes two blue players. First one's there's Justo. He tries to take it around, and Matthew's there to push him out of there and try to keep that ball, but here comes PJ to get a near side back. Woody's there to hit it under the neck towards goal. Can he finish that? Whoa. And he's ridden hard by Michael, but here comes Jens trying to tap it in and finish that goal. He's hooked out of there by PJ. PJ takes it out of the wall. Doesn't quite get that second shot, but Justo's there to help him out. Michael's there to help him out. Woody is there trying to dig through it. He hits to the wall. The little rebound, though, goes to Matthew, taps it forward, but it's going to be cleared out of there. Boy, a dangerous shot by Yale, but it worked. Did you see it hit the wall and then bounced off a rebound? And he hit it and cleared it out, but we're still in South Bay territory. Jens is he's hitting a back shot towards goal, and it's going to swing just a little wide, but Justo's there to clear it out of there. He gets a big shot down. He's all alone here. He's going to be chased here by Matthew. He's keeping the ball in. He hopes it is bouncing forward towards goal, but Jens is going to do a back shot, hits off of a Yale horse, and rebounds off. Big, nice bump by Matthew, allowing Jens to pick up that ball. But here comes PJ around the corner, and they didn't like that, and we have a foul. And we're going to have a spot here for South Bay. Umpire called play. Hey, Jens gets a shot. It bounces off his mallet up into the air. Not the shot he wanted. But Justo's there to put a little back shot. Everybody's digging for it right here underneath the announcer's stand. We get a nice back shot there by Michael. Nice little pickup by PJ. Tries to do a next shot. Doesn't get it. And Matthew tries to come through and clear it out of there, and there's a whistle on the play. We're going to have a spot hit for the white. White again is going east to the sun that is rising in the sky. Umpire sets the ball up here for the spot hit. And nice hit by Michael trying to get it over to Jens, and he does. Jens waits patiently for it, takes it around the corner. He's being ridden hard by Justo, but he keeps control of it, trying to keep it along the wall, see if he can finish it and flick it in. Just rides past the goal. Justo's there, but he's being ridden hard by Matthew. Justo gets it out of there, switches to the near, but it has a big miss. Michael has a miss. Put a back shot by Woody, but the first person there is going to be PJ. He's going to take it over to the corner to keep it for himself. A nice play. He's going to dig it out of the corner. He's being ridden hard by Woody. Woody gets in there in the corner and gets a back shot. Bounces off the wall, though, and Michael's the first one there. Gets another shot to near, bounces and clears it out to PJ. PJ's all by himself. Jens is going to try hard to come up and get to him. See what PJ does with it around the corner. It bounces into his horse's belly and reflects off the wall, and we have Jens waiting patiently to try to clear it out of there. In a danger territory right now. He does get that near shot, trying to get it out of the corner. Woody's right there to dig it out. Woody got another piece of it. He's going to go hard. Oh, big swing and a miss. Not what he wanted. That allowed Yale to come through there to turn it and take it their way. Jens is there, and we have a whistle. 1 minute and 11 seconds left in this chukker.
Let's hear it.
Say no foul, Robert. Say no foul. Fair play for
We have a timeout called. Players have 90 seconds for a timeout. They get one timeout per half. Coaches are allowed to call one timeout per half, and they get 90 seconds to visit with their team, to reorganize, re-strategize. I assume Mr. Biddle is timing the timeout. Okay, whistle's been called. Players line up. We're going to have a penalty spot hit for the white for South Bay. Matthews taking the hit. Hits a nice big pass all the way down to Jens. First person there, that was PJ. PJ tries to get the back shot he wants. It was picked up there by Michael, but Matthews there to take it and turn it his way. He rides over his second shot. Jens tries to ride over it. Big bump by PJ as he digs it out of there. Everybody's fighting for this empty ball, and we've got more fighting for the ball as it just sits there in the field. We finally get a little back shot by Yale. Jens clears out of there not to foul, and Husto does not get that shot he wants, and a penalty. .37 seconds to go in this second chukker. We're still at a tied ball game. And we have a hit from the spot, from the middle, for Yale. Yale gets a shot, but it hits dirt. First person there is Jens. He does a back shot there, but no one's there to receive it, so Yale puts a back shot towards goal. Oh my goodness. If it goes in, that's two. But Jens is there to clear it out along the wall. 30-second horn has gone off. We're down to 20 seconds. Jens is still trying to keep it.
I didn't see it in the corner against PJ. PJ goes full swing. I go 3, yeah.
Okay, we have a penalty 3 for Yale with 18 seconds on the clock. Penalty 3 is undefended, 25 yards, one shot. Booming shot right to the middle, brings Yale ahead 4-3. 11 seconds for this last throw in. Waiting for a lineup, ball goes in and hits the third pair. They're both fighting for it, chopping on the ground, and chukker. All right, we will be going into our third chukker. We will be dragging and remarking. Players will have a chance to strategize with their coaches and see if we can figure out how to put some music on for you.